This unit is all about the news, especially television news. You'll learn how to report what people have told you, and we'll see a television news reporter in action. Exercise 1. Listen and repeat.
Camera crew.
Disaster.
Interview.
Newspaper headline.
Radio news bulletin.
Reporter.
Satellite TV.
Television newsreader.
Exercise 2. Listen and tick. We asked 5 people this question.
How do you get your news?
I get my news from newspapers and the television.
I listen to the radio in the morning and the evening.
I get my news basically a lot from the radio. I don't watch a lot of television and I don't have time to read the newspaper.
I get my news via satellite television.
I get my news by watching the television news each day.
Now you answer the question.
How do you get your news?
Exercise 3. Listen and read.
The war is over.
He said that the war was over. I don't watch the news.
She said that she didn't watch the news. I hate reading newspapers.
He said that he hated reading newspapers. I saw John's photo in the newspaper.
She said that she had seen John's photo in the newspaper. I haven't listened to it today.
He said that he hadn't listened to it that day.
Note how tell must take an object.
I'll see you soon, George.
She told him that she would see him soon.
Exercise 4. Listen and check.
Good evening. Here is the news. Today, the President said that he was very pleased with the economic situation. Princess Bettina insisted that she had no plans to marry. And the coach of the US basketball team admitted that he felt very disappointed with last night's result.
Exercise 5. Listen and check. What did the President, the Princess and the coach actually say?
I am very pleased with the economic situation.
No, no, no. I have no plans to marry.
Yes, it's true. I feel very disappointed.
Exercise 7. Listen and read. This is how questions are reported in English.
Where is the station?
He asked where the station was. When do you want it, Tim?
She asked him when he wanted it. Why didn't you do it, Anne?
He asked her why she hadn't done it. Will you help me, Steve?
She asked him if he would help her.
Exercise 8. Listen and complete the questions. Listen to a television news reporter from Monster News trying to interview a famous monster.
Hi, welcome to Monster News. Today I'm going to talk to one of the most famous monsters in the world. Hi, I'm Edwina Doom from Monster News. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Do you have any plans to make a new film? Who's your new girlfriend? And why don't you like answering questions?
Exercise 9. Listen and...
She asked him if he had any plans to make a new film. She asked him who his new girlfriend was. She asked him why he didn't like answering questions.
Exercise 10. Listen and order. Listen to Carol Walker, a TV news reporter, explain her job.
Basically, the way we normally work is I will go out with a camera crew to film interviews, street scenes, pictures of the disaster, pictures of people shooting at one another, whatever it may be. We take the pictures back and I'll work with an editor and record my voice track. The editor will put together the pictures, perhaps an excerpt of an interview. And that basic process is the same whether I'm reporting on a British rail story in London or a war anywhere overseas.
Exercise 11. Listen and read. How does Carol keep a balanced view of the news?
I think that to avoid bias, what you have to do is to stand back a little bit, to try to approach everything that anybody says to you with a certain degree of scepticism, and to try, wherever possible, to check it out and to get the other point of view, and not to necessarily believe everything people tell you, to always be aware that they may very well have a hidden agenda behind what they're telling you, and they may be exaggerating something for political reasons.
Exercise 12. Listen and read. This is how Carol reported the story of the Amsterdam plane crash on BBC Television News.
Workers at the site of the crash found the flight data recorder buried beneath the collapsed concrete of the apartment block. The cargo plane's full load of fuel kept the huge fire burning here for 3 hours. The flight data recorder is designed to withstand only about half an hour of intense heat. Air traffic controllers have already given crash investigators some details of that final flight, number LY1862, which lasted less than 15 minutes. At 6,000 feet as it headed out along the coast, the Israeli pilot put out a mayday call, reporting fire in the number 3 engine. Air traffic controllers advised the El Al pilot to head for Schiphol's main runway, where a strong headwind might have helped him. Instead, he went for the closest runway, where a tailwind made his task more difficult.
Exercise 15. Listen and check.
One senior Dutch air traffic controller had plotted the entire route of the plane. He was able to tell me at exactly what time the pilot had maydayed the emergency. He told me exactly the advice he'd given to the pilot. He told me what the pilot had done to try to avert the crash, and he told me why the plane had actually crashed where it had. The mayor gave a press conference, and we asked why, for example, initially the death toll had been put at in excess of 200. It was later revised to about 80. And the mayor said that it was because it was very difficult to have accurate records in that area where there was a large and partly illegal immigrant community.
Exercise 16. Listen, read and answer. What does Carol Walker like about her job?
I think I enjoy the unpredictability of it. I think I enjoy the fact that even if I'm having a rather boring day in the office, things can happen very suddenly and I can be travelling somewhere halfway around the world. I think also you get, if you like, a front row seat on events which are shaping history, world events of enormous importance, and a chance to actually be there when those events are happening and to talk to the people who are making history is an extraordinary opportunity.
Exercise 17. Listen and read. Remember that all these verbs take objects.
Head for the main runway.
They advised him to head for the main runway. Close the door.
She told me to close the door. Drop the gun.
He ordered me to drop the gun.
Can you help me, please?
He asked her to help him.
Don't do it!
He told me not to do it.